Okay guys, the camera just died, so I'm just going to repeat that again. So this scene here, as you can hear, I've just got this empty, really sparse scene where I've just got a drum loop going. And I've got these whole pre-armed channels here now for me to just have like a freestyle moment in the song. So we'll start with a bass loop. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we loop the bass. And this little red one here is just an empty clip just to show me which scene to loop on, because obviously with this whole load of pink it gets a bit confusing. And then I'm going to change the sound on my Korg, get a little synth going on. And then I've got I can play with the effects on there. And then do some vocal loops. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I got like a little. I've mapped stuff on the LPDA to turn on the ping pong delay. And then we all just have a little dance. And then I'm just going to solo those vocals. And while they're soloed, I'm going to turn off all the other clips that are going. When that's stopped, unsolo. Bring in some clips from earlier. Bring my little swell. 1, 2, 3, and a paper tiger. So I'm just going to rock out at the end, and here now guys you can see, because I want to experiment and play and have freedom with the stems, I've separated them all out. So I've got some of the vocodery kind of vocal chain there. I've got the bass here and the clap and the hi-hat all separated out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop stuff one by one. Stop the hats, do a little clap, maybe a little MIDI solo. Then I'm going to stop my clap. Then I can bring in my loops from earlier. And stop my bass. So I'm going to do a little transition where I speed up the BPM. Woo! Do some nerdy stuff. Some filters. Yeah. And then trigger into new scene. Take me back from 999 to 123. Page right down. And let's bring in the drums for the new song. And there we go. So then I'm into a new track basically. And this song, as you can see, is a little bit more simple. We've just got a couple of loops for the intro, and then for the verse, we've just got one drum loop, and I'm just going to play bass. And some chords in the right hand. Change the sound with the Korg. So I quite like that. I quite like singing and playing at the same time. So with every track, I try to vary it. So some tracks have a bit more looping than others. Some have some more filters. Some have a synth solo. Some have some drum solo. Try to make it as interactive as possible. But yeah guys, that's how I kind of use Push. I use it purely as a session view controller, not as a MIDI controller when I'm on stage. The project's very the project is very audio focused, so I'm using Push just as I would Ableton really with session view. And I do this little staircase kind of mode to go through my songs. So it's page right, down, page right, down, or whatever, depending on how many clips there are per song. The reason why I don't have them just all going down is because, I want to have separate effects on some channels, and I don't want to have that on all the stems, for all the songs. Where in Rust I might want the filter on that sound, but then if I put the Paper Tiger stems below it, it's going to have that filter on something which I don't want. So that's why I prefer to do staircase. I feel like it keeps it cleaner. So we've got quite a few sends set up here guys. We've got the classic Valhalla reverb send. Just get that up on the screen. Which is here. So we've got my Valhalla reverb send. and this this knob here is just mapped on the vocal channel that I'm monitoring through the A send, and then the B send we've got probably a ping pong delay. Yep, on this one we've got like a slappy delay, slap, 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 and then here we've just got another type of ping pong. So yeah, so I've got 4 different like vocal delays, and they're all just working as sends. I sometimes have effects loaded into like loop groups pre-ready, and then like map like the decay or the dry wet to one of these just for that group, so I can bring that up or down. But yeah, they're the 4 main vocal sends I have. And then I have an instrument send as well for the Korg. I'm not sure when you hear me playing that synth earlier. So this knob here on the MIDI fighter, so this is dry at the moment, but with the delay and reverb, so it's quite cool. So yeah, so it's mainly like delays and reverbs, nothing too hectic. Like I said, I'm a proper like keep the CPU low type of gal. So that's why, yeah, so I've just got sends, lots and lots of sends, not too many effects on channels. On the master I've got 3 different like rhythms of auto filter. So I've got the, this one here. So where's that one? Here we go, with just slightly different LFO patterns. The first one I've got this nice square and 8th notes, and then I've got these 2 other ones here. Oh, this one here without any LFO, which just gives it this kind of juxtaposed rhythm, which is kind of cool. And then this one is just a low kind of pass one as well. So yeah, I've got a multi-band compression and limiter on the master as well. Try to get as much volume as we can out of the project when it's going to front of house. And then the other things on the master is just my Resolume dispatcher, which is purely for visuals. We send OSC code from Ableton to another PC laptop which is using Resolume. So when I trigger certain clips in push, it will trigger certain visuals. So that's really cool as well. And actually relatively easy to set up, as long as you've got, well, it's a bit annoying, you do need another computer. You probably could do it through the same computer, but I don't know, if you've got CPU issues like me, you probably won't want to do that. Yeah, so nothing too hectic guys, just some sends, just your standard Ableton, ping pong delays and reverbs, and then here is the send for the keys as well, this lovely send on the Korg. I just love this, it's so simple, but it just adds so much effect, especially with like some nice wet vocal then. But I need to not go off on one here and do a big improvisation. Yeah, so okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of information, and yeah, I'll see you in the next part of this little Push on Stage live setup series, where I'm going to talk about the routing. So ins and outs and everything I do with that. So like I said, remember this is just what I do guys. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. There's probably a million other ways you can set your live projects up. This is just how I do it and how I use Push on Stage.